Thank you. Could I have a reader for our target? Okay, go ahead, Javante.
With your team, you will reflect on your performance and how your team has worked together and can improve.
Very good. So what we're going to do for our cooperation goal today is to do encouraging each other. Okay, one last minute. First, talk about what surprised you. Then, which question or questions do you think you aced? Next, what is one question you struggled with? And then lastly, how did your team help you to prepare for the test? So go ahead and talk, and I'll have you share out in a couple minutes.
What's we struggled with? Well, I struggled including because I didn't really learn how to find the perimeter. Yeah, including the extra credits. Yeah, they were really tricky.
Yeah, and also I forgot that I actually had to do the division because I forgot it said a square. So I was going to do the division instead of just putting 36 inches down because all the sides would be equal.
I kind of struggled on, totally forgot which one it was. This was when you had to multiply 20 and 0.5. I got confused because it was like 10, and I'm like, 20 is a big number, and like I couldn't figure it out why it was 10. But then I realized because 0.5 is like half, so if you divide it, you'll still get 10.
There were only I was just surprised with number 8. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. But what about number 9? Number 9 was similar to number 8, right?
Oh yeah, that probably took me the longest to do.
Yeah, because it's the equilateral. And again, with the square, I thought I actually had to do the division because I forgot that all the sides on an equilateral triangle are the same. So, which one do you think you said all of them are pretty easy?
Yeah, but I looked at the questions, but it looked easy because I'd done it in 5th grade, so I remember all of it.
Yeah. But why do you think you didn't finish? Were you struggling on a question?
Number 7.
Number 7?
I think that you guys did very good on helping me with this test, But I did struggle with some, but not a lot. But I believe you guys helped me with this test.
Team high five.
Each cycle will have one team score sheet, and so if you have 5 days in a cycle teaching one concept, those 5 days are on the team score sheet. And so you'll keep track of those 5 days, and then at the end, the students will take the assessment on that cycle. And the points, they'll look at their scores on the assessment and compare it to their last assessment to see if they're improving or not. They'll calculate the team celebration points and their homework points to get a final score, which shows whether that time during that cycle they were a super team, a great team, or a good team.
So we're going to do prep points like we always do. You should have your team score sheet out. You have homework points that are recorded there already. You have your team celebration points that are there. Recorders, make sure you are ready. I need my assistant Chelsea to please come up to the board for us. Perfect square, number 1, 20 points. Squared squirrels, number 1, 20 points. Addins family, number 1, 20 points. Constant llamas, number 1, 20 points. Law of invariables, 20 points. Constant applesauce, 20 points. Square tag, 20 points. Penguin power, 20 points. Exploding equations, 20 points.
The prep point scores show just a quick overview of how well your teams did on the quizzes. And I think that the overview helps you to see which students are always struggling, which teams always seem to be struggling to get prepared for the cycle check. And you can go back and look at How were their responses throughout the week? How was their homework level throughout the week? And you can help the students to see your prep points are low because, and you can help them identify what they need to do to bring those prep points up in the future.
All right, last one. Perfect square, 5 points. Squared squirrel, 10 points. And exploding equations, 20 points. Okay, guys, make sure that you copy down your prep points onto your team score sheet and then add them up.
Now, is that including last night's homework?
Yes.
Okay. And so they're able to look at that bar graph and see how they're doing with other teams in comparison and how they're doing in general themselves. So with other teams, they're looking at, who has the highest bar. But with themselves, they're thinking, yesterday we got 10 points, today we only got 5. Maybe, we need to make sure that we're back on task. So it helps them to really celebrate when they're doing well, or to actually physically see when they're having a day where they're not doing as well.
Homework score, you have 3 or 4 scores. You add those together and then divide by the number that you have, finding the average of your homework points. Add up your prep points and put the total. The last thing we're going to do is our team celebration points. So we'll look over here at which teams are in our top, middle, and low band for their team celebration points. So we have Squared Squirrels setting the bar with the most team points, and every other team is within 10. You are all in the top band. Very good. So every team gets to check the top band and put 100 points in the last category. Now, to determine what kind of a team you are, add your homework average, your prep points, and your team celebration score together. Then divide by 3 to determine your final team celebration score. Get your homework average and your prep points down.
80 plus 100 plus 96.6 is 276.6 divided by 3. We got a 92.2. We're a super team.
Okay. If your final team celebration score is between 90 and 100, you are a super team. If your final score is between 80 and 90, you are a great team. And between 70 and 80, you are a good team. So, any super teams? Raise your hands. Woo! All right, let's give our super teams a round of applause. Super teams, I want you to come up with a team cheer that you would like for the whole class to do a cheer to celebrate your super status. So any team that was just super, think of a cheer that you would like for the whole class to do. I'll give you 1 minute.
The student motivation level in my class is incredibly high because I think every member of the team wants to be a super team. Every member of the team wants to have the highest score. And it's just it's a pride thing that it's a competition thing. They want to be better. They want to have the higher score. And they know that in order to do that, they need to be on task. They need to be doing their math. The goal to be the super team encourages them to do math, and then the end result is they actually learned what they were supposed to learn that day.
To celebrate your super status, what would you like for us to do for your cheer?
We're going to do a round of applause.
A round of applause. Ready? Very good. Exploding equations, what would you like for us to do for your super cheer?
Snap, crackle, pop.
Snap, crackle, pop. Ready? Snap, crackle, pop. All right.